Hi all, welcome to John's Model Making. Today I've got the U96 U boat for you. We've got pack 40, but I'm only doing kits 137, 38 and 39 because 140 is quite lengthy. There's a lot to it. So we'll get these three stages out of the way and then we can move on to the last stage on the separate video. Ooh, so excited. Yeah, can't wait. Here we go. There we go. They're all boxed up. Excellent stuff. So without further ado, let's get on with the build. So here we have kit 137, the next deck section. There we go, those are the parts. We have the deck section, two hatches for lifebuoy locker, central hatch, trestles, loading winch and loading winch frame, and we have CP screws. So the first things we need is a deck section, which is 137.1, 137.2. There's two pegs there, that should fit just there like that. Oh, that's a nice snug fit, that. And then we need 137.3, which is a small one. This is the hatch. That fits there. I think that will need gluing. That one should be fine. So let's pop a little bit of glue onto these. I'm not going to glue the other one. This one should be fine like this. There we go. You can actually glue it on here as well. Yeah, that should be enough. Brilliant. And if you want, you can glue that one. Well, that one is solid. Excellent. Right, now we need these trestles, so I need to get these off the sprue. That's one of the trestles off. Just be mindful where you're snipping. You don't want to take the insert out. There we go. Excellent. Right, now one will go here, just into there. Yeah, make sure you get these two pieces. There we go. On this side. Yeah, that might need. Oh no, it's a nice snug fit, that actually. And then this one will go here. There we go. Make sure they're straight. Oh, this is a little bit wobbly now, but you could pop the glue from underneath as well. Right, I've taken both trestles out. One is already glued in place. Just pop a little bit on the end there. I'm just mindful of the fact that when we put the decking in place, there might have some glue on the other side, and I don't want it interfering in any way. Line that up. That's straight. Excellent. Right, we need the winch now. Okay, now we have the two parts of the winch, the loading winch. They go together like that. This will definitely need gluing. Yeah, even though it's not going to come off, that will come out. Just drops a little bit of glue in there. Make sure you get this the right way around as well. Right, so you want the handle here, and there is a little recess. There we go. So that should be flush. Right, we need to make this frame up now. Okay, we need to bend the legs, so get a steel ruler and bring this up, make it sure it's straight like so, and again same on this side, make sure that is straight, and then we can bring up the sides and they should interlock like that. If they don't, make sure they do. There we go. There's a little tower in place. You can pop some glue onto those little tabs there, or what you could also do is just pop it into place like that and glue it, and that will hold it just like that. There we go, that's the glue in place. Give that a second. Okay, all we need to do is to put the loading winch assembly on top here. I'll pop some glue on that, so that'll hold that nicely, just like that. Brilliant. So there we go, that's kit 137 completed. Let's move on to 138. Okay, we have kit 138. In this kit, the loading chute and deck hatch of the forward torpedo hatch are assembled. Two sections of the upper deck are screwed together and various components are then attached. Let's get the parts out. Okay, oh, there we go, those are the parts. So we have 138.1 the foredeck, then we have deck hatches, frame with open deck hatches, another deck hatch, loading chute, deck hatch rods, rods for loading chute, supports for loading chute, that's 138.8 and 138.9, cradle for loading chute, starboard railing and port railing and CP screws. Okay, now we need 138.7, which is this, these two rods. I need to take these off here, and we need to attach them onto that tube, which is 138.5. There we go, that one goes there, and this one on the other side. So I just need to glue these in place now. There we go, that's the rods glued in place. Now we need these two pieces off here, 138.9. Right, and this piece will go here, I believe. That's a bit tight fit. There we go, and one here. Well, like that. I need to get them glued in place. There we go. Now don't forget, this is a chute, so it's angled like that. So these need to be that position, like that. Not straight down, because it is angled, because it's going to go on the deck. Okay, next we need these two, 138.8, 138.10. I'll get these off the sprue and I'll show you what we do with them. Okay, these parts are going to make up the cradle. There is only one connection, just there. Pop it in, it does go in an angle, so it sits like that. And same with the other leg, which will sit into there on an angle. So you want it just like that. There we go. Right, I'll get that glued. Okay, that is now glued, and we need to fit it onto the chute. Either side, it will go into hole here and one here. There we go. Just position it for now. I would glue it later if you need to, actually, because this obviously is going to go onto the deck, and we need to get the position of it right as well. Well, that's where that goes for now. Right, we can pop this into place. We have 4 connections here and 2 connections there. Now the chute will go through the hole, and then it's just a matter of lining up all the relevant connections and then gluing it into place. So I think it's best I glue it and then I'll show you. There we go, that's that chute in place. Yeah, you probably need a pair of pliers just to press them in, because that isn't even glued yet. There we go, that's now glued in place. Excellent. Right, next we need 138.4, 138.6. These two pieces will go together like that. There's a couple of holes there, a couple of pegs, so I can glue that. And then this will go onto 138.3. 2 holes there. I think this is going to be a tight fit, this will go there. So I'll get this glued and show you in a sec. There we go, there's the deck hatches, 138.4, 138.3. Next we need to connect these two pieces of decking together with the CP screws. That will go there like that. Okay, let's put these two upper decks together. There we go, excellent. Right, we need this piece, 137.2. This will go here. Obviously another hatch, and it probably will just press in place, hopefully. It's a tight fit, that's for certain. There we go, that's that hatch in place. I just had to open up the holes a little bit. Yeah, make them a little bit wider. It's not glued in place, but it is stuck there. Excellent. Right, next we need this piece, and we need the gun. So I'll take this off here. There we go. So this piece is 136.14 from kit 136, and we need to fix the gun in place. So the gun fits just there like so, and then this piece will fit underneath. There we go, just like that. Now it can rotate as well. Excellent stuff. There we go. Yeah, I wouldn't glue that, otherwise your gun will be fixed in place. Brilliant, there we go. That's the deck gun. Excellent. Okay, next we've got the railings to pop in place, but before we do that, I should have glued this chute in place, the legs anyway. In fact, luckily these two I didn't glue in, so I can actually adjust this and I can get the hatch in place later on in the build. I have already tested it, so it will go eventually there, like so, but we do need another piece for here later on in the build, which I'll glue later on. Yeah, so that's my first mistake, getting a little bit carried away. Right, I need to put these two in place so I get them off the sprue. Okay, so these railings are left and right, or starboard and port, so they will just fit into these vacant holes just here, like that, and this one here. I'll get them glued and show you in a sec. There we go, that's the railings that are glued in place. That's how that looks for me anyway. Like I said before, I shouldn't have put that in place just yet, because it does make it a little bit difficult getting the hatches in place, but I did get carried away. But it's not a problem because I've already tested it, like I said before. The other option is to just put that in place, but that means the chute is going to be in the way. So anyway, that's if you want closed hatches. But there we go, I'll be having open hatches obviously, but we do need the locking mechanism there, which will come in stage 140. But there we go, that's stage 138. Let's move on to 139. Okay, here we have stage 139. We have the port hold section. In this kit, two connectors are attached to a new port left hold section. The anchor shank is attached to the fluke, and the anchor is then connected to the anchor chain using a ring. There we go, those are the parts. So we have the port hold section, anchor fluke, anchor shank, and two connectors, two jump rings. One is spare of course, and FM screws. Okay, let's pop the connectors in place. One will go there, and the other one will go here. And we just need these silver FM screws. There we go. Yeah, I do need to blacken them holes there as well. Excellent. There's that last piece of the hole section. Right, now we need the anchor. And we need to pop this down there like so. Yeah, we need to attach this. We need a ring as well. Okay, now we got one of these split rings. We need to pop this onto here. So I'll just press that until it goes, I think. There we go. That's that in place. So we need to get this onto the submarine. Okay, let's see if we can get this on. Open up the split ring a little bit more and pop the chain inside. There we go. Bring that around and close that up. No fiddly at all. There we go. That's the anchoring chain. in chains, yeah. The anchor in place. Excellent stuff. I think that's stage 139 completed now. Well, there we go, folks. Yeah, I have got my chute there. Yeah, like I said before, I made a boob. I should have put it in place, but the open hatch element of it does fit in place because I didn't actually glue this front cradle section in place, so I can flex it. I'm not bothering taking the rest of it out because I might just break the plastic, but you know, one little error, but that's looking good. And the the deck gun is in place as well. Excellent. moving home beautifully. And the anchor wasn't too much of a problem either. That is in place. Excellent. That split ring didn't take that long. And there's the last bit of hull section that we need. Yeah, on the port side. So I'm going to have to weather that up. Excellent, there we go. So that's the first 3 kits of Pack 40. 1 kit to go, which is quite lengthy. I have read through it all. It's a pity I didn't read this one properly where the shoot is concerned, but it's not going to be a problem, it really isn't. Anyway, there we go. I hope you did enjoy that. If you did, give us a nice big thumbs up, and I'll catch you soon for the last kit 140 of the U-boat. Yeah, special. I'll have to weather it all after that. Yeah, brilliant stuff. Anyway, thanks for tuning in and watching. Stay safe. Bye for now.